and Jalen opened the door and started pushing him out. And he was fighting to get back in the car. And then they didn't let him in the car. So he went around the car and he jumped on the hood. And then the light turned green.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stop you right there, okay?
Okay.
So, when you all were at the light on McCullough, you said Timur produced his gun, correct?
Yes.
And who did Timur have the gun pointed at?
Mark.
And what was Timur saying when he had the gun pointed at Mark?
To give him his bag.
And so, once the light turned green, what happened?
He pointed the gun at me and told me to start driving. So I started driving. I didn't know where to go. So I turned into the first place that I saw, which was the Chick-fil-A. Once I turned into the Chick-fil-A, he kept yelling at me to get him off the car. I didn't know how to, so I was just going back and forth really quickly. And then Mark kicked the windshield and TAYK opened the door and shot him.
Okay.
And Tamar took.
She said it all. Man, oh man, goddamn, she told on him. What would you do in that case, cuz
I would. Okay, so we agreed to rob this person. We did not agree to kill him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, you know, now the energy switch, people getting grown. You know what I'm saying? So
you killed him. We agreed y'all gonna charge me for a commission of a crime, charge me with conspiracy to commit theft, conspiracy to commit robbery. But the person that killed him did it on their own accord. I was not privy to that part of the plan. So therefore, this is not snitching. I'm not talking about the robbery part. I'm talking about the part where you killed him.
I agree.
Because that carries a whole different set amount of years too. Like robbery is one thing, and stealing is one thing, but murder is a whole nother thing. And you won't get me.
And then you won't believe why he killed the guy.
What? Why did he kill the guy?
Over some fucking camera stuff. That was his cameraman.
Oh, it was his camera guy.
Yeah, over some bullshit, dumb shit.
He robbed his
He's
own
in jail
camera
for
guy
55 years right now.
He robbed his own camera guy?
His own camera guy. A little kid, 17. Dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we got to be real careful of what we're putting out there, because the difference between this generation and ours is we knew the value of entertainment. We knew that everything that we see is not real. These kids are believing everything that you put in front of them, and they're going for it.
Hold on, I'm not trying to cut you off. Matter of fact, it's not even kids, even grown people now.
Oh yeah, the mindset of where we are as a society.
Yeah, they get fit into that internet stuff.
Yeah,
like, bro, this shit ain't
where it's at.
It ain't worth it, man. It just
bingo
internet, bro.
Bingo.
It's not worth it. We gotta make sure you good mentally, physically, and all that when you a grown man. But 17, you understand. It's dumb.
Yeah, 17 years old. You're living life fast. You get what I'm saying? Like,
but if you're a grown ass man.
Yeah, if you was a grown-ass man robbing somebody for some equipment and killing them, that's crazy. Not saying that this makes sense because it's a senseless crime, but it makes more sense knowing the age of the individual.
Exactly. Exactly. But anyways, let's go to the next story. I'm going to ask you another question.
Ask away.
My next question will be, okay, so what would you do? Give me 1 second. What would you do if you have a client, like a angry client, pull a gun on you? What would you do in that case?
What?
What would you
Well,
do?
okay,
Would
okay.
you risk it? Hold on. Would you risk it right then and there, or would you call the police? What would you do?
Ain't no telling because you don't know what you'll do in those types of situations. I
Mm,
do know when it's all said and done, regardless of what I do in the situation, I am calling the police. But I do know that I tend to lean towards fight when it comes to firefight situations. And I've been in this type of situation before where I was just like, if you're going to do it, do it. And that
mm,
kind of just tricked the person out of whatever they had planned because I know you're not going to do it. But
mm,
if you're a client and I don't know you,
mm.
yeah, you better do it because now I'm going to think you're out to kill me.
I agree. So with that being said, let's go straight to it, man. We have matter of fact, she came from Florida. She's from Florida. Angry client show up to her stylist with an AK-47.
Oh, Lord, Lady G,
Let's
La
check out the
Man.
video.
Did you hear about the hairstylist in Florida whose client got so mad at her that she showed up to her house with the AR-15? This is Brianna from Boynton Beach, Florida. And she says that after today, she's not taking no more new clients.
Right here in the backyard.
This is Brianna's client, China, knocking at her door. As you can see, she goes around the side so she can wait, and she's holding something in her hand covered with a towel. And look what's in the towel. It's the
You got
AR-15
the
with the zip
AK.
tie. She caught her. And she was able to call the police. I don't know what this China was planning to do, but it wasn't nothing nice. Oh my God. Brianna says she installed a wig over China's locks a few days ago. And then a couple days later, China messaged her back saying that her wig had came off. But Brianna said she had some things to do in her own personal life, plus it was her day off. So since she didn't get back to China in enough time, China shows back up with the AR-15 to get justice for herself. I don't know how Brianna managed to take China's weapon, but she did.
Bro, all straight up bullshit, man. Like, what the hell going on?
That's wild.
Over here, man. Like, now you go to jail over some dumb. Bro, what's going on in the world, man?
Again, like you said, these people can't tell. It's not, like you said, it's not just kids. The mentality of the world, you can't tell the difference. So when you hear these things in the song, if a
Hmm.
motherfucker try me, I'm going to go get an AK-47, and you actually go and do it.
Yeah, it's the low
Yes, over
vibration
some
on
hair.
every level. It's low vibration.
Bingo. Over
They
some.
listen. Most people listen a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of like a victim of it back then. You know, you wake up, listen to low vibrational shit. You eat low vibration stuff. You know what I'm saying? So on a long period of time, you just walking around just on your last
Low.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And don't even know why you're upset, but you've been feeding your spirit and your soul foolishness all damn week.
exactly.
And
But
now you're
now I
knocking at your
purposely,
stylist's house with an AK-47.
yeah, now I purposely, man, I start my morning the way I want to,
Hello.
set up my energy, so I can go fight the world. You know
Hello.
what I'm saying? So I don't even go on the internet like
To
that.
your mind, right.
Yeah. I make sure I'm good first. I read what I'm supposed to read and all that. And then when the internet shit comes, it don't have any effect on me because I'm already set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suggest anybody that's watching right now, when you wake up, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm suggesting it. Like when you wake up, don't go on the internet first. Make sure you're good, your energy right, and go ahead and fight the world.
Hello.
But anyways, we got the last story. The last story is a crazy one. I might ask the question afterwards. Let's check out the video so we can react on it.
Tempo.
Them because they say she broke
Let
her
me
lease
rewind it.
when
Oh, sorry. There you go.
them because they say she broke her lease when she died.
They want the rest of the about a year's long worth of rent. from a dead person.
91-year-old Sandra Bonilla died in late June and was buried at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery next to her husband. For more than 10 years, she lived at the Lodge at Chavano Park Apartments. At the time of her death, Bonilla had almost a year left on her 2-year lease.
We went to the apartment complex, spoke with the leasing manager, and he told us that he would use the security deposit towards the cleaning and turning over the apartment, and that they would terminate the lease.
But later, the family received this bill for $14,000 in accelerated rent and an $1,100 lease break fee. It even states the reason for her move out as deceased.
I think it's pretty unusual. I've never heard of anybody trying to charge an estate or somebody who's deceased for rent before.
Attorney Bill Clanton, who specializes in consumer and debt collection law, says a section of the Texas Property Code states a representative of the tenant's estate may avoid liability for future rent if they take 2 steps: remove all property from the apartment and provide a written notice of termination. And the landlord can only charge up to 30 days rent after the notice is received.
The landlord can charge for about 30 days.
Tenants charging them because they say she broke her lease.
All right, so what would you do in that situation? Because if your relative, if that happened to a relative, what would you do?
If they
would you pay the crazy amount of money?
No, I'm not paying you. What are you guys going to do? The person's dead. I didn't get the apartment. The person got the apartment. Put it on their credit like you do everything else.
Big Chicken, what's going on?
What's up, y'all?
You missed 2 stories, Big Chicken.
My
You
bad,
still look good, though.
I'm a little mobile, so it was hard to hear, so I just didn't even get on.
Okay. We appreciate you for tuning in, though.
Yes, sir. I can catch the last one, though, probably.
Yeah, what would you do in that situation, Chicken? If your relative died and they asked you to pay $15,000 after that person died, what would you do?
For rent.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, is it for the funeral expenses? All right.
No, rent.
For rent. 15,000? No, that's crazy. Hell no.
Yeah, man, that's the type of world we're living in, man. You die, you still gotta pay for shit. Especially in America. I heard even when you out the country, if you make some type of money out the country, you still gotta pay tax over here. Even if you didn't make the money over here. It's just America just hand to hand, like, hey, give me mine. That is insane, man. But anyways, Big Chicken, cause I can. Y'all the goats, man. Y'all know y'all appreciate it. I always say that. I say it privately, and I gotta say it publicly, man. We've been rocking for a long time.
Hello.
And you know, no matter what happened, you know, we're still here, man.
Yes, sir.
We're still gonna be here.
Hello.
You feel me? Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Y'all the goats, man. Y'all the goats. We the goats.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
We'll catch y'all Friday.
See